Through some of the stuff. If you're brand new, guys, here's the one thing I will say. I see this every day, every week, every month, every year in the group. You join, you're brand new, you're scared, totally understand. And you end up being a copycat marketer. And what I mean by that is you go and you see if someone posts a success, like, hey, I just closed 2 deals. I see it, and we see that in the group every day. Hey, I just got 2 deals, or I just landed a deal. And you see someone that's brand new or just in the beginning stages who doesn't have the confidence yet. What they do is they just go and copy that person without doing the due diligence, without going through looking at how their market might be, technically different than the market of the person that just did a deal. And what that can do is that can give you a setback. Just because you went into a niche or Joe Blow goes into a niche in San Antonio, Texas, doesn't mean that in, Alberta, Canada, that same niche and that same demographic makeup is going to play the same. You still got to do the research. You still got to look at the marketplaces. Obviously, snow blowing in LA versus snow blowing in North Dakota, 2 totally different markets, which are going to give totally different competitors, totally different makeup. So just be cautious if you're new, not to just latch on to every person's success. Go through the process every time. I'm not saying you can't look at it and go, oh, they had success in that. Okay, cool. I'm going to go and do my due diligence in my market and see if it even seems to line up, because I think it's an interesting niche, or maybe I know someone in that industry or whatever. But the biggest thing I can tell you as an entrepreneur is you got to start learning to think for yourself. And I see a lot of people that never get that critical thinking skill set under their belt. And I think it's one of the most important things as an entrepreneur you have to have is critical thinking, being able to problem solve, being able to think through all the different ways this may go with the information that you've assimilated through going through this training or in any venture, right? It's okay to ask questions. It's okay to ask and see what other people are doing, but still take your own critical thinking and move through. That's what's going to make you a better entrepreneur long term, because you're not always going to have someone spoon feeding you niches or sales scripts or whatever. Sometimes you're going to have to start innovating on your own. And a lot of the people that I mentor on a higher level, outside of just local, I have quite a number of people that kind of come to me for, bigger business stuff that I work with. That's one of the main things I tell them is like, don't just go out there and copycat the market. Be willing to go out there and innovate and come up with something new. And for a lot of us, that's difficult because we've never developed that skill set in our past jobs or whatever. We were told what to do. We just went and did it each and every day. But now as an entrepreneur, it's time to think outside the box. I talked to you guys a lot about some of the stuff that I've done over the years. I learned a lot of this stuff while selling motorhomes and automobiles, where they made us think outside the box when we were trying to get a deal done. And maybe the person didn't have enough cash down, and we started thinking of different ways to come up with the cash. I make jokes about it now because I think it's funny, but we took a old racehorse in trade. Like, we did crazy out of the box types of things. Now in local, how this pertains is, and this is actually a really good strategy that I think you guys will like, and I think it can help you close deals from an out of the box standpoint. When you're working with a business owner, let's just say you go to them and you're generating leads, and you hit them with a price. Maybe it's, hey, it's $10 a lead, or it's $15 a lead, or it's $1,500 a month flat fee, or blah, 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 whatever you come up with. And then they go, well, Dan, let me think about it. Or, I got to toss that around. I got to talk to my business partner. I got to talk to someone, blah, 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 whatever. Right. One out of the box way to move that deal forward is take some of what they do in trade, even if you're not going to use it. Okay. Business owners, first of all, their margins on their services or their goods, depending on what the business is, it's not dollar for dollar. So if you took $500 of that $1,500 offer in trade, that hard cost to them may be 30% of that, right? So that $500 is really only costing them $150. So they just shaved $350 off of out-of-pocket costs because you came to them with an out-of-box strategy of, hey, I'll tell you what. How about this? And I did this with people for years. Okay. How about instead of doing 1,000 or 1,500, because they're balking for some reason. They don't have to think about it. If you back them in the corner the right way, you've asked the right questions, you found their pain points, you understand what they're working with. Yes, they'd like more leads, and you hit them with a price and they just don't sign up right then and there, or they give you this like overarching, I got to do this or that. you need to go back into problem solving mode, and maybe it's a cash thing. So, hey, is it the product or the price? Hey, is it that you don't want more leads, or is it just that it's a little bit more than you want to spend? That's why you want to go and think it over, right? So then you can solidify it. And generally, they're not going to say it's the product, because we generate the one thing that helps them pay all their bills, right? We are the bill that helps them pay their bills. Remember that. It's a really good thing to say to people. Hey, don't forget, I'm the bill that helps you pay your bills, right? But I totally understand where you're coming from.